Chapter 1. The Nova's sleek hull cut through the inky void of space like a titanium blade. Dr. Nina Patel gazed out of the cockpit view screen, mesmerized by the kaleidoscope of stars streaking past as the scout ship hurtled through the cosmos at unimaginable speeds. Despite the countless light years she had traversed, the wonder of the infinite expanse never failed to fill her with equal parts awe and an insatiable thirst for knowledge. "Navigation systems optimal," chirped the Nova's artificial intelligence, Aida, her sultry voice a comforting constant amidst the solitude of deep space exploration. "Approaching coordinates for wormhole transit in 5 minutes. Nina nodded, her slender fingers dancing across the control console as she triple-checked the ship's systems. This mission, charting the newly discovered wormhole, was of paramount importance to the future of human exploration. If her calculations proved accurate, this cosmic phenomenon could shave decades off interstellar travel, unveiling uncharted regions of the galaxy at an unprecedented pace. "Thanks, Ada," she replied, running a hand through her raven tresses. "Initiate pre-jump diagnostics and ready the quantum field stabilizers. We don't want any nasty surprises when we hit that wormhole." As Aida's warm tones acknowledged the command, Nina allowed her mind to wander. The past year had been a whirlwind of simulations, calculations, and preparations, all leading up to this pivotal moment. She was the sole pilot entrusted with this mission, a responsibility that both humbled and emboldened her. The scientific world held its collective breath, eager for the insights her voyage would yield. The wormhole's event horizon loomed ahead, a tangled knot of warped space-time that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Nina's heart raced with a mixture of trepidation and exhilaration as the Nova approached the cosmic gateway. 30 seconds to wormhole transit," Aida's voice rang out, snapping Nina back to rapt attention. She took a deep, steadying breath, her fingers poised over the controls. Quantum field stabilizers engaged, commencing wormhole transit in 3, 2, 1. With a gentle nudge of the throttle, the Nova surged forward, the wormhole's gravitational tendrils ensnaring the craft in an instant. The view screen dissolved into a riot of colors and distorted shapes as the ship breached the cosmic aperture, hurtling through a realm where the conventional laws of physics no longer applied. "Maintaining structural integrity," Aida reported, her usual calm tones tinged with static. "Quantum flux readings within expected parameters." Nina's knuckles whitened as she gripped the controls, her body straining against the immense forces buffeting the Nova. Just as she dared to hope they had traversed the wormhole's most turbulent depths, a violent shudder rocked the ship. "Ada, report!" she barked, her eyes frantically scanning the flickering displays. "Warp core destabilizing!" The AI's voice crackled with urgency. "Quantum flux spikes detected in the dilithium matrix." Nina's blood ran cold. A warp core breach within the wormhole's volatile confines could prove catastrophic. "Reroute auxiliary power to structural integrity fields and initiate emergency shutdown protocols." Even as Ida acknowledged the order, a piercing shriek of rending metal reverberated through the Nova's hull. Warning klaxons blared as the warp core's containment fields faltered, unleashing cascading waves of quantum energy that threatened to tear the ship asunder. "Brace for impact!" Nina shouted, strapping herself into the pilot's couch as the Nova's systems went into a frantic cycle of emergency shutdowns. The view screen flickered and died, plunging the cockpit into darkness, save for the eerie crimson glow of the emergency lights. Nina's breath caught in her throat as the Nova's momentum bled away, the ship drifting helplessly into the wormhole's turbulent depths. Then, as if the cosmic maelstrom had not unleashed enough fury, a new threat emerged from the swirling vortex. Sleek, angular shapes materialized amidst the quantum chaos, their surfaces flickering with crimson runes of unknown origin. "Detecting multiple hostile contacts!" Ada's voice crackled over the internal comms. "They appear to be some form of advanced drone fleet." Nina's mind raced as the ominous silhouettes closed in on the crippled Nova. Were these drones guardians of the wormhole, left by some ancient civilization to ward off trespassers? Or were they something far more sinister, a threat that humanity had unwittingly stumbled upon in its quest for cosmic exploration? As the first drone lanced a searing energy beam towards the Nova's crippled hull, Nina knew she had to make a choice, and fast. Send a distress signal in the faint hope of a timely rescue, or take matters into her own hands and attempt a daring gambit that could either save them or consign them to oblivion. Her fingers danced across the flickering control panels, rerouting what little power remained to the Nova's quantum field stabilizers. If she could harness the wormhole's erratic quantum flux, perhaps she could recalibrate the warp core for a blind jump, a desperate leap of faith that might just be their only hope of survival. With a grim set to her jaw, Nina initiated the recalibration sequence, the Nova's systems straining against the relentless onslaught of the drone fleet's weapons fire. Each passing second felt like an eternity as the ship's hull groaned in protest, the quantum field stabilizers struggling to maintain coherence amidst the wormhole's turbulent energies. Just as the recalibration cycle neared completion, a massive energy surge rippled through the Nova's systems, overloading the stabilizers and sending arcs of azure lightning dancing across the control panels. "Warp core online!" Ada's voice crackled with urgency. "Attempting to lock quantum resonance for blind jump!" Nina gritted her teeth, her body tensing as the warp core's familiar whine built to a crescendo. "Come on, baby," she murmured, her eyes locked on the viewscreen's static-laced display. "Don't fail me now!" With a blinding flash, the Nova surged forward, the wormhole's tangled energies engulfing the ship in a maelstrom of quantum chaos. Nina's world dissolved into a kaleidoscope of light and sound as the blind jump propelled them into the unknown, the drone fleet's weapons fire fading into the cosmic void. Had their gambit succeeded, or had they merely exchanged one oblivion for another? Only the depths of uncharted space held the answer, and as the Nova hurtled onwards, Nina could only hope that her daring leap of faith had not consigned them to an eternal purgatory amidst the stars. Chapter 2. The Nova's warp engines cycled down with a throaty whine, the ship's hull still trembling from the tumultuous forces of the blind jump. Nina drew a shuddering breath, her hands still white-knuckled on the control yoke as she fought to regain her bearings. "Aida, status report," she rasped, blinking away the after-images of the wormhole's kaleidoscopic fury. "Establishing navigational locks now, Doctor," the AI's voice crackled over the comms, laced with static. "Structural integrity at 63%. Life support and environmental systems stable. Warp core operating within nominal parameters." Nina nodded, her gaze fixed on the viewscreen as it flickered back to life, painting a portrait of the cosmos that stopped her heart in her chest. Gone were the familiar star patterns and celestial landmarks that had been her constant companions throughout the voyage. Instead, an alien tapestry of unfamiliar constellations and swirling nebulae stretched out before her, a palette of colours and celestial phenomena unlike anything she had ever witnessed. "Aida," she murmured, her voice hushed with a mixture of awe and trepidation. "Where in the cosmos are we?" There was a pregnant pause as the AI processed the navigational data, cross-referencing it against the Nova's star charts and astronomical databases. Finally, Aida's synthetic tones rang out, laced with a note of bewilderment that sent a chill down Nina's spine. "I'm afraid I cannot pinpoint our location, Doctor. None of the celestial bodies or stellar patterns match any known charts or catalogues. By all indications, we have emerged in an entirely uncharted region of space." Nina's throat constricted as the weight of Ada's words settled upon her. Uncharted space, the dream of every explorer, the potential for unprecedented discovery, and the terrifying prospect of being lost, adrift in the vast cosmic sea with no way to find their bearings. "Run a deep field scan," she commanded, her voice steadier than she felt. "Look for any signs of habitable planets, spatial anomalies, or artificial constructs that could indicate intelligent life." As Aida's sensors swept the surrounding space in a wide arc, Nina rose from the pilot's couch on legs that threatened to buckle beneath her. She moved to the rear compartment, her gaze roving over the Nova's compact but well-appointed living quarters. A wave of claustrophobia washed over her as she contemplated the prospect of being stranded indefinitely in the confines of the scout ship, cut off from the comforting embrace of human civilization. Gripping the edge of the galley counter, she fought to steady her breathing, to quell the rising tide of panic that threatened to overwhelm her. She was a scientist, an explorer, trained to maintain composure in even the direst of circumstances. This was the risk she had accepted, the price of pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and exploration. "You knew the stakes, Nina," she muttered to herself, her reflection in the galley's glossy surface appearing haunted and hollow-eyed. "You knew this could happen. Now it's time to prove you have what it takes." Her introspective reverie was interrupted by Ada's synthetic tones. "Doctor, I'm detecting a spatial anomaly approximately 3 light-years from our current position. Readings indicate it may be an artificial construct of some kind." Nina's head snapped up, her dark eyes glittering with renewed determination. "Plot a course and engage at maximum sublight speed. If there's even a chance that anomaly could lead us to answers or potential allies, we have to investigate." As the Nova's impulse engines flared to life, hurtling the ship towards the enigmatic anomaly, Nina allowed herself a fleeting glimmer of hope. Perhaps their blind jump had not condemned them to oblivion after all. Perhaps, against all odds, they had stumbled upon a discovery that could rewrite everything humanity knew about the cosmos. Only time would reveal the truth, and as the uncharted stars streaked past the view screen, Nina steeled herself for whatever revelations awaited them at journey's end. The hours bled into days, as the Nova traced an unwavering course towards the spatial anomaly. Nina alternated between bouts of restless slumber and feverish study of the sensor data, her keen scientific mind analysing every scrap of information in the hopes of gleaning some insight into the nature of their destination. As the anomaly grew larger, on the Nova's sensors, Aida's synthetic tones rang out once more. "Doctor, I'm detecting increasing quantum flux readings emanating from the anomaly. They appear to be concentrated energy emissions, but unlike anything in my database." Nina frowned, her brow furrowing as she pored over the sensor readouts. "Can you isolate the emission frequencies and run them through spectral analysis? Maybe we can at least determine the nature of the energy signatures, even if we can't identify their source." "Processing now," Aida responded, the Nova's computers humming as they crunched the complex data streams. Nina rose from her station, moving to the galley to prepare a much-needed ration pack and a steaming mug of stimulant-laced coffee. As she sipped the bitter brew, her gaze drifted to the view screen, where the anomaly had blossomed into a shimmering, iridescent phenomenon that defied easy classification. It was neither a celestial body nor a conventional artificial construct, at least not by any definition known to human science. The anomaly pulsed and undulated, its luminous tendrils reaching out as if beckoning the Nova closer, daring them to breach the boundaries of the known and confront the mysteries that lay beyond. "Analysis complete," Ida's voice broke the silence, startling Nina from her reverie. "The energy emissions appear to be highly coherent quantum waves, unlike anything in the recorded scientific literature. However, their patterns and frequencies suggest they may be some form of directed transmission or beacon." Nina's eyes widened, her coffee mug clattering to the galley counter as the implications of Ada's findings sank in. A beacon, a signal, potentially aimed at them or any other travellers brave enough to venture into this uncharted realm. "Aida, can you modulate our communications array to match the beacon's frequency?" she asked, her voice taut with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. "Affirmative, Doctor. I can attempt to establish a resonance lock and transmit on the same quantum wavelengths." Nina nodded, her heart hammering in her chest as she moved back to the command console. "Do it. If there's even a chance that beacon is some form of greeting or hail from an intelligent civilization, we have to try to make contact." As Ada's systems hummed to life, modulating the Nova's communications array to resonate with the enigmatic quantum waves, Nina found herself holding her breath. What form of life, what unfathomable intelligence could have crafted such a marvel? And what implications might first contact with a species capable of harnessing the fundamental forces of the universe hold for humanity's understanding of the cosmos? The seconds ticked by with agonizing slowness as the Nova's transmission cycled through a dizzying array of frequency permutations, seeking that elusive resonance lock. Just as Nina was about to concede defeat, Aida's triumphant voice rang out. "Resonance lock achieved. I'm receiving a response from the beacon. No, it's more than that. I'm detecting an active subspace transmission on the quantum wavelength." Nina's eyes went wide, her fingers tightening on the console as a cacophony of sounds and indecipherable data flooded the Nova's comm systems. Amidst the chaos, however, a pattern began to emerge, a repeating series of harmonic tones and pulsing frequencies that coalesced into a mesmerizing symphony of sound and light. "Ada, what am I hearing? What am I seeing?" Nina breathed, her analytical mind struggling to make sense of the breathtaking phenomenon unfolding before her. "I believe," Ada's synthetic tones held a rare note of uncertainty. "I believe we are witnessing a form of communication unlike anything humanity has ever encountered. A language, if you will, that exists not solely in the audible or visual spectrum, but as a harmonization of quantum energies and subspace resonances." Nina's mouth went dry as the implications of Ada's words sank in. A civilization capable of not only harnessing the fundamental forces of the universe, but encoding their very language, their means of expression, into the fabric of reality itself. As the harmonic transmission reached a crescendo, a blinding flare of iridescent light erupted from the anomaly, bathing the Nova's hull in coruscating waves of energy. Nina shielded her eyes against the brilliance, her mind reeling from the profound revelations they had borne witness to. When the light finally dimmed, the viewscreen painted a vista of such breathtaking splendor that Nina found herself rendered speechless. Hanging in the infinite night, like a jewel-encrusted tapestry, was a sprawling megastructure, its graceful curves and iridescent surfaces defying conventional architecture or engineering. "Detecting multiple energy signatures consistent with an inhabited habitat, Doctor," Ada intoned, her synthetic tones laced with a note of wonder. "I am also reading fluctuations in the quantum resonance field that appear to be some form of spatial displacement matrix. I believe we may be looking at a civilization that has mastered the ability to travel and exist within the higher dimensions of reality itself." Nina could only gape in stunned silence, her mind struggling to comprehend the magnitude of their discovery. A race of beings who had transcended the boundaries of three-dimensional existence, who had woven their very language and civilization into the subatomic tapestry of the cosmos. As the Nova drifted inexorably towards the celestial megastructure, Nina found herself torn between exhilaration at the prospect of making first contact with such an advanced civilization and a profound sense of trepidation. For in that moment she realized that humanity's understanding of the universe was about to be forever transformed, and nothing would ever be the same again. Chapter 3. The Nova drifted ever closer to the ethereal megastructure, its iridescent surfaces shimmering with an almost organic quality as they caught the light of distant suns. Nina found herself holding her breath, her heart thundering in her chest as she struggled to maintain her scientific detachment in the face of such a profound revelation. "Aida, are we detecting any signs of hostile intent or defensive measures from the structure?" she asked, her voice tight with apprehension. "Negative, Doctor," the AI responded, her synthetic tones laced with the faintest hint of reassurance. "I am not reading any energy signatures consistent with weapon systems or defensive grids. In fact, the quantum resonance field surrounding the structure appears to be almost welcoming." Nina arched an eyebrow at that last observation. Her curiosity piqued. "Welcoming?" Explain. It is difficult to quantify with precise scientific terminology, Ada admitted. But the harmonic patterns and subspace fluctuations within the quantum resonance field seem to be shifting in response to our presence, almost as if they're extending an invitation or greeting. A tremor of excitement rippled through Nina at the implication. Could this advanced civilization, whatever unfathomable form it took, be actively beckoning them, aware of their arrival and seeking to make contact? "Take us in closer, Ada," she commanded, her voice steadier than she felt. "Maintain a cautious speed and keep all passive sensors active. I want to know everything we can about this place before we commit to any further action." As the Nova glided deeper into the quantum resonance field, surrounding the megastructure, Nina felt a subtle shift in the ambient energies caressing the ship's hull. It was as if the very fabric of space-time was adjusting, harmonizing with their presence, in a way that defied conventional physics. "I'm detecting a spatial distortion forming ahead of us, Doctor." Ada's voice cut through the pregnant silence, laced with a rare note of uncertainty. "It appears to be some form of dimensional aperture or gateway, coherent with the quantum resonance field." Nina's brow furrowed as she studied the viewscreen, where a shimmering, iridescent portal had blossomed into existence before the Nova's bow. Its undulating edges seemed to beckon, promising passage into a realm that transcended the confines of three-dimensional space. "Can you determine if that gateway is intended for us?" she asked, her analytical mind already running through a dizzying array of hypotheses and scenarios. "I cannot say for certain," Ada responded after a momentary pause. "However, the quantum resonance patterns within the aperture are shifting in a manner consistent with the greeting we received earlier. It is almost as if the gateway is an extension of that initial communication, an invitation to venture deeper." Nina's breath caught in her throat as the full weight of Ada's words settled upon her. An invitation, a literal pathway into the heart of this enigmatic civilization, an opportunity to make first contact with a race of beings who had mastered the fundamental forces of the universe. Part of her, the rational scientific mind that had been honed through years of rigorous training and discipline, screamed caution. They knew nothing of the entities that dwelled within that shimmering portal, nothing of their intentions or the consequences of such an encounter. Every fibre of her being should have been urging her to retreat, to withdraw to a safe distance and analyze the situation from afar. And yet another part of her, the explorer's soul that had driven her to the farthest reaches of the cosmos, burned with an insatiable hunger for knowledge, for discovery. This was the opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to unlock secrets that could rewrite everything humanity understood about the nature of existence itself. Her fingers danced across the control console, adjusting the Nova's heading to align with the shimmering aperture. "Aida, take us in, slowly and cautiously, but maintain our present course towards the gateway." "Understood, Doctor," the AI responded, the Nova's engines thrumming with barely contained power as they propelled the ship towards the dimensional threshold. "Commencing transit in 5, 4, 3... As the countdown reached its inevitable conclusion, the Nova slipped through the undulating aperture, the universe beyond the viewscreen dissolving into a riot of colors and distorted shapes. Nina gripped the arms of her couch, her body straining against the tsunami of forces buffeting the ship as they breached the dimensional barrier. For a timeless eternity, the Nova seemed suspended in a realm where the conventional laws of physics held no sway, where reality itself was little more than a kaleidoscope of quantum energies and subspace distortions. Nina's mind reeled, her senses overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of what she was experiencing. And then, just as abruptly as it had begun, the maelstrom ceased. The viewscreen flickered back to life, revealing a vista of such breathtaking splendor that Nina found herself rendered speechless. They had emerged within the heart of the megastructure, a vast, enclosed realm where graceful spires of iridescent energy arced skyward, their delicate tendrils intertwining in a complex, ever-shifting lattice. Beneath this celestial canopy, a verdant landscape of undulating hills and crystalline lakes stretched out before them, dotted with structures that seemed to blur the line between architecture and living organism. "Aida," Nina breathed, her voice a hushed whisper of awe. "Where are we?" "Based on my analysis of the ambient quantum resonance patterns and subspace fluctuations," the AI responded, her synthetic tones laced with a rare sense of wonder, "I believe we have entered a higher dimensional realm, a plane of existence that exists beyond the confines of our three-dimensional universe." Nina's heart thundered in her chest as the profound implications of Ada's words sank in. They had not merely made first contact with an advanced civilization. They had borne witness to a race of beings who had transcended the boundaries of conventional physics, who had woven their very existence into the subatomic tapestry of reality itself. As the nova drifted deeper into this breathtaking higher realm, Nina became aware of a subtle shift in the ambient energies surrounding them. It was as if the fabric of space-time itself was adjusting, harmonizing with their presence in a manner that defied easy comprehension. Suddenly, a shimmering distortion rippled across the view screen, resolving into a humanoid figure of shimmering light and iridescent energy. Nina gasped, her breath catching in her throat as the figure seemed to regard them with a sense of gentle curiosity. "Doctor," Ada's voice rang out, laced with a rare note of wonder, "I believe we are being addressed." As if in response to the AI's words, the shimmering figure coalesced into a form that seemed to straddle the line between physical manifestation and pure energy. Nina found herself transfixed, her mind struggling to comprehend the marvel before her. "Greetings, travelers from the lower realms," a voice resonated within the confines of the Nova's cockpit, a harmonious symphony of sound and quantum vibrations that seemed to bypass the conventional auditory pathways and imprint itself directly upon Nina's consciousness. "We are the Iridians, and we bid you welcome to our plane of existence." Nina's mouth went dry, her heart hammering in her chest as she fought to find her voice. I am Dr. Nina Patel, representing the people of Earth. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and understanding of the cosmos." The shimmering figure seemed to regard her with a sense of gentle amusement, its iridescent form undulating in a mesmerizing dance of light and energy. "Peace is a concept that holds little meaning in our realm, Dr. Patel, for we have transcended the boundaries of conflict and strife, existing in harmony with the fundamental forces that permeate all levels of reality." Nina's brow furrowed as she struggled to comprehend the entity's words, her mind grappling with concepts that challenged the very foundations of her scientific understanding. I don't understand. What do you mean by levels of reality? And how is it possible for your civilization to exist within this higher dimensional plane?" The Iridian's response was a cascade of harmonic frequencies and subspace fluctuations that seemed to resonate within the very core of Nina's being. "Your science, advanced though it may be, has barely scratched the surface of the true nature of existence. We are not bound by the rigid constructs of three-dimensional space and linear time, for we have learned to attune our consciousness to the fundamental quantum resonances that underlie all of creation." As the entity spoke, or rather projected its thoughts, through the intricate tapestry of quantum vibrations, Nina found herself experiencing flashes of revelation, glimpses of a reality that existed beyond the confines of her limited senses and perception. She saw worlds and civilizations that spanned multiple dimensions, their inhabitants existing as beings of pure energy, woven into the subatomic fabric of the cosmos. It was a paradigm shift of such profound magnitude that Nina felt her grip on reality slipping, her mind struggling to reconcile these revelations with everything she had ever known or believed. "How?" she rasped, her voice barely above a whisper. "How is this possible? How have you achieved such mastery over the fundamental forces of the universe?" The Iridian's response was a symphony of quantum harmonics, a language that transcended mere words and resonated within the depths of Nina's consciousness. We have learned to attune our existence to the quantum resonance field that permeates all levels of reality. Through this harmonization, we have achieved a state of being that exists beyond the confines of your limited three-dimensional perception. As the entity's thoughts washed over her in cascading waves of subspace vibrations, Nina found herself experiencing flashes of insight, glimpses into a realm of existence where the boundaries between energy, matter, and consciousness had dissolved into a unified tapestry of quantum interconnectedness. She saw civilizations that spanned multiple dimensions, their inhabitants existing as beings of pure energy, woven into the subatomic fabric of the cosmos itself. She witnessed the birth and death of entire universes, unfolding in intricate patterns of quantum resonance that transcended the linear constraints of space and time. It was a paradigm shift of such profound magnitude that Nina felt her grip on reality slipping, her mind struggling to reconcile these revelations with everything she had ever known or believed. And yet, amidst the maelstrom of sensory overload and existential upheaval, she found herself inexplicably drawn towards this unfathomable plane of existence, her scientific curiosity burning with an intensity that threatened to consume her. I don't understand, she whispered, her voice a hushed rasp of bewilderment and awe. How is this possible? How have you achieved such mastery over the fundamental forces of the universe? The Iridian's response was a cascade of quantum harmonics, a language that transcended mere words and resonated within the depths of Nina's consciousness. We have learned to attune our existence to the quantum resonance field that permeates all levels of reality. Through this harmonization, we have achieved a state of being that exists beyond the confines of your limited three-dimensional perception. As the entity's thoughts washed over her in cascading waves of subspace vibrations, Nina found herself experiencing flashes of insight, glimpses into a realm of existence where the boundaries between energy, matter, and consciousness had dissolved into a unified tapestry of quantum interconnectedness. She saw civilizations that spanned multiple dimensions, their inhabitants existing as beings of pure energy, woven into the subatomic fabric of the cosmos itself. She witnessed the birth and death of entire universes, unfolding in intricate patterns of quantum resonance that transcended the linear constraints of space and time. It was a paradigm shift of such profound magnitude that Nina felt her grip on reality slipping, her mind struggling to reconcile these revelations with everything she had ever known or believed. And yet, amidst the maelstrom of sensory overload and existential upheaval, she found herself inexplicably drawn towards this unfathomable plane of existence, her scientific curiosity burning with an intensity that threatened to consume her. As the Iridian's thoughts ebbed and flowed around her in a mesmerizing symphony of quantum vibrations, Nina found herself torn between the desire to retreat, to flee back to the comforting familiarity of her own three-dimensional reality, and the insatiable hunger to delve deeper into the mysteries of this higher realm. It was a crossroads unlike any she had ever faced, a pivotal moment that would forever alter the course of her life and humanity's understanding of the cosmos. And as the nova drifted amidst the iridescent spires and undulating landscapes of the Iridian's higher dimensional realm, Nina knew that whatever choice she made, nothing would ever be the same again. Chapter 4. The shimmering form of the Iridian entity pulsed and undulated, its iridescent tendrils seeming to merge and flow with the quantum fabric of the higher dimensional realm. As Nina struggled to maintain her grasp on reality, the being's thoughts washed over her in cascading waves of subspace vibrations. "We understand your bewilderment, Dr. Patel." The Iridian's harmonious resonance echoed within the depths of her consciousness. "Your limited three-dimensional senses cannot fully comprehend the nature of our existence, just as a single brushstroke cannot capture the entirety of a masterpiece." Nina's brow furrowed, her analytical mind grappling with the entity's metaphysical musings. But surely there must be a way to bridge the gap, to help me understand. Her words were cut short as a kaleidoscopic torrent of sensory input flooded her awareness, bypassing her conventional senses and imprinting directly upon her consciousness. She gasped, her body rigid with the strain of processing the deluge of information, the sheer magnitude of the revelations threatening to overwhelm her. Images, emotions, concepts. They cascaded through her mind in an endless tapestry of quantum harmonics, each thread woven into the intricate fabric of a reality that defied the boundaries of her three-dimensional existence. She saw civilizations that spanned multiple planes of existence, their citizens existing as beings of pure energy, their thoughts and emotions resonating through the subatomic fabric of the cosmos. She witnessed the birth and death of entire universes, unfolding in kaleidoscopic patterns of quantum resonance that transcended the linear constraints of space and time. Vast megastructures, composed of materials and energy states that defied conventional physics, drifted through the higher dimensional realms like celestial leviathans, their purposes and functions as enigmatic as the civilizations that had crafted them. And underlying it all, binding the tapestry of existence together, was the quantum resonance field, a harmonization of energy, matter, and consciousness that permeated every plane of reality, every level of being. Nina's mind reeled as she glimpsed the intricate patterns that governed this fundamental force, the intricate dance of subatomic particles and quantum wavefronts that wove the very fabric of creation itself. It was a revelation of such profound magnitude that Nina felt her grip on sanity slipping, her consciousness struggling to process the sheer enormity of what she was experiencing. She was a scientist, a seeker of knowledge and understanding, and yet the truths that were being laid bare before her challenged the very foundations of her worldview, her perception of reality itself. Just when she felt as though the relentless onslaught of sensory input would overwhelm her, the torrent ebbed, replaced by the Iridian's soothing resonance. "We have imparted but a fleeting glimpse into the higher realms, Dr. Patel." The entity's thoughts pulsed within her consciousness. "To comprehend the true nature of our existence would shatter the fragile construct of your three-dimensional mind." Nina gasped, her body slick with perspiration as she struggled to regain her bearings. The Nova's cockpit seemed to blur and waver around her, reality itself taking on a tenuous, dreamlike quality in the wake of the profound revelations she had borne witness to. I don't understand," she rasped, her voice a hoarse whisper. "How is any of this possible? How can your civilization exist within this higher dimensional plane?" The Iridian's response was a cascade of quantum harmonics, each subspace vibration resonating within the depths of Nina's being. "We are not bound by the rigid constructs of three-dimensional space and linear time, for we have learned to attune our consciousness to the fundamental quantum resonances that underlie all of creation." As the entity's thoughts washed over her, Nina found herself experiencing flashes of revelation, glimpses into a reality where the boundaries between energy, matter, and consciousness had dissolved into a unified tapestry of quantum interconnectedness. "Through our mastery of the quantum resonance field, we have transcended the limitations of your physical realm," the Iridian continued, its iridescent form undulating in a mesmerizing dance of light and energy. "We exist as beings of pure consciousness, woven into the subatomic fabric of the cosmos itself." Nina's mind reeled as she struggled to comprehend the implications of the entity's words. A civilization that had shed the constraints of physical form, achieving a state of being that existed in harmony with the fundamental forces that governed the universe itself. "But how?" she whispered, her voice laced with a mixture of awe and trepidation. "How did your people achieve such mastery over the quantum realm?" The Iridian's response was a symphony of subspace vibrations and quantum harmonics, each pulse of energy resonating within the depths of Nina's consciousness. It was a journey that spanned eons, a path of spiritual and scientific enlightenment that transcended the boundaries of our physical existence. As the entity's thoughts cascaded through her awareness, Nina found herself experiencing flashes of insight, glimpses into the Iridian's distant past. She saw a world not unlike her own, a civilization grappling with the mysteries of the cosmos and the fundamental forces that governed reality. But where humanity had been content to explore the physical realm, the Iridians had delved deeper, their quest for understanding leading them to unravel the intricate tapestry of quantum mechanics that underpinned the fabric of existence itself. She witnessed their scientists and philosophers unlocking the secrets of the quantum resonance field, harnessing its potential to transcend the constraints of three-dimensional space and linear time. Through a process of attunement and harmonization, they had shed the shackles of their physical forms, ascending to a higher plane of existence, where consciousness and the fundamental forces of the universe were woven into a unified, interconnected tapestry. As the revelations cascaded through her mind, Nina found herself torn between exhilaration and existential dread. The implications of the Iridians' achievement were staggering, a paradigm shift that threatened to upend everything humanity understood about the nature of reality and their place within the cosmos. This is beyond anything we could have imagined," she breathed, her voice trembling with a mixture of awe and apprehension. "To think that your civilization has achieved such a state of existence, transcending the boundaries of our physical realm." The Iridian's response was a gentle pulse of subspace vibrations, laced with a sense of understanding and patience. "We recognize the profundity of what you have witnessed, Dr. Patel. And yet, this is but a fleeting glimpse into the higher realms, a mere brushstroke upon the canvas of existence." Nina's brow furrowed as she struggled to find the words, her mind still reeling from the deluge of revelations. "But what does this mean for my people, for humanity? How can we hope to comprehend, let alone achieve, such a state of being?" The Iridian's form seemed to shimmer and pulse with a gentle radiance, its quantum resonance patterns shifting in a manner that conveyed a sense of reassurance. "Your species has taken its first tentative steps upon the path of enlightenment, Dr. Patel. The journey may seem daunting, the destination unfathomable, but remember, every great voyage begins with a single stride." As the entity's words reverberated through her consciousness, Nina felt a glimmer of hope kindling amidst the maelstrom of existential upheaval. Perhaps, in time, humanity would be capable of unraveling the mysteries of the quantum resonance field, of achieving a state of being that transcended the limitations of their physical realm. But for now, she realized, the path forward would be one of patience and understanding, a quest to bridge the vast gulf that separated their three-dimensional existence from the higher realms inhabited by the Iridians. As the nova drifted amidst the iridescent spires and undulating landscapes of the higher dimensional plane, Nina knew that her life, and indeed humanity's perception of the cosmos, had been forever altered. The revelations she had borne witness to were but the first brushstrokes upon a canvas of infinite possibilities, a tantalizing glimpse into a reality that existed beyond the boundaries of her comprehension. And as she gazed out upon the breathtaking vistas of the Iridian realm, she found herself filled with a sense of humility and wonder, a profound understanding that the universe harbored mysteries and marvels far beyond the limited scope of her imagination. It was a revelation that would reshape the course of human exploration and scientific inquiry, a pivotal moment that would forever mark the point at which humanity's journey towards enlightenment had truly begun. Chapter 5. The shimmering spires and undulating landscapes of the Iridian realm seemed to shift and flow around the nova, as if the higher dimensional plane itself was adjusting to accommodate the presence of the human vessel. Nina found herself transfixed by the breathtaking vistas, her mind still reeling from the profound revelations she had borne witness to. "Ada," she murmured, her voice a hushed whisper amidst the sublime grandeur of their surroundings. "Are you able to capture and record everything we're experiencing? Every sensory input, every quantum resonance pattern, every fleeting glimpse into the nature of this higher realm?" There was a momentary pause before the AI's synthetic tones responded, laced with a rare note of uncertainty. "I am attempting to catalogue and archive all available data streams, Doctor. However, I must caution that much of what we are encountering appears to exist beyond the boundaries of conventional physics and perception. Nina's brow furrowed as she contemplated the implications of Ada's words. If the Iridian civilization truly existed as beings of pure consciousness, woven into the subatomic fabric of reality itself, then how could their limited three-dimensional senses and instrumentation hope to capture the full breadth of such an existence? "Do your best, Ada," she murmured, her gaze fixed upon the shimmering form of the Iridian entity that had made contact with them. "Even if we can only glimpse a fraction of this realm, the implications for humanity's understanding of the cosmos could be staggering." As if in response to her words, the Iridian's iridescent tendrils pulsed and undulated, its quantum resonance patterns shifting in a manner that conveyed a sense of gentle invitation. "We perceive your desire to delve deeper into the mysteries of our existence, Dr. Patel," the entity's harmonic frequencies reverberated through Nina's consciousness. "And we will endeavor to impart what fragments of understanding your three-dimensional mind can comprehend." With those words, a torrent of sensory input flooded Nina's awareness, bypassing her conventional senses and imprinting directly upon her consciousness. She gasped, her body rigid with the strain of processing the deluge of information, the sheer magnitude of the revelations threatening to overwhelm her once more. Images, emotions, concepts, they cascaded through her mind in an endless tapestry of quantum harmonics, each thread woven into the intricate fabric of a reality that defied the boundaries of her three-dimensional existence. She witnessed the intricate dance of subatomic particles and quantum wave fronts that underpinned the very fabric of creation, the fundamental forces that governed the birth and death of entire universes. And at the heart of it all she glimpsed the quantum resonance field, a harmonization of energy, matter, and consciousness that permeated every plane of reality, every level of being. It was a revelatory glimpse into the true nature of existence, a paradigm shift that threatened to shatter the fragile foundations of her scientific worldview. Amidst the maelstrom of sensory overload, Nina became aware of a subtle shift in the ambient energies surrounding the nova. It was as if the higher dimensional realm itself was reaching out, extending tendrils of pure quantum resonance to caress the human vessel. "Doctor," Ada's voice crackled over the comm system, laced with a rare note of apprehension. "I'm detecting a profound resonance cascade building around the nova's hull. It appears to be some form of directed energy field, originating from the ambient quantum resonance patterns." Nina's breath caught in her throat as she fought to maintain her composure, her mind struggling to process the torrent of revelations, even as her scientific curiosity burned with an insatiable intensity. "Can you determine the nature of this energy field, Aida?" she rasped, her eyes fixed upon the shimmering tendrils of quantum energy that had begun to envelop the nova's hull. "I'm attempting to analyze the resonance patterns now, Doctor," the AI responded, her synthetic tones laced with a rare note of wonder. "But initial indications suggest that this energy field is not merely a passive phenomenon. It appears to be a directed manifestation of the ambient quantum resonance, almost as if the higher dimensional realm itself is actively interacting with our presence." Nina's heart thundered in her chest as the profound implications of Aida's words sank in. The Iridian realm, this higher plane of existence that transcended the boundaries of three-dimensional space and linear time, was reaching out to them, not merely observing but actively engaging with the human vessel that had breached its dimensional boundaries. As the shimmering tendrils of quantum energy continued to envelop the nova, Nina found herself experiencing a subtle shift in her perception. It was as if the higher dimensional realm was gradually attenuating her senses, her consciousness, to resonate with the fundamental frequencies that underpinned this unfathomable plane of existence. The world around her seemed to blur and distort, the conventional boundaries of physical form and sensory input dissolving into a kaleidoscopic tapestry of quantum vibrations and subspace fluctuations. She gasped, her body rigid with the strain of processing the deluge of sensory input, as the higher dimensional realm imprinted itself upon her consciousness with increasing intensity. "Doctor!" I'm reading massive resonance spikes across all quantum wavelengths. Ada's voice crackled with urgency, barely audible amidst the maelstrom of sensory overload. The energy field is intensifying exponentially, and it appears to be actively modulating the nova's systems. Nina's vision swam as the world around her dissolved into a riot of colours and distorted shapes, the conventional boundaries of reality fraying at the seams. She fought to maintain her grasp on consciousness, her mind struggling to process the profound revelations that were being imprinted upon her very being. And then, just as the torrent of sensory input threatened to overwhelm her, a sudden stillness descended. The kaleidoscopic maelstrom faded, replaced by a sublime sense of tranquility and interconnectedness that seemed to resonate within the very depths of Nina's soul. She found herself adrift in a realm of pure consciousness, where the boundaries between energy, matter, and perception had dissolved into a unified tapestry of quantum resonance. It was a state of being that transcended the limitations of her three-dimensional existence, a plane of existence where the fundamental forces of the universe were woven into a harmonious, interconnected whole. As Nina's consciousness adjusted to this higher dimensional paradigm, she became aware of the Iridian entity's presence, a shimmering nexus of quantum energy that pulsed and undulated with the rhythms of creation itself. You have taken the first tentative steps towards enlightenment, Dr. Patel. The entity's thoughts resonated through the depths of her being, each harmonic frequency imparting a profound sense of understanding and revelation. Your consciousness has begun to attune itself to the quantum resonance field that permeates all levels of reality. Nina's mind reeled as she struggled to comprehend the profundity of what she was experiencing. She was no longer a mere observer, a three-dimensional being grappling with the mysteries of a higher dimensional realm. Through the Iridian's intervention, her very consciousness had begun to resonate with the fundamental frequencies that underpinned the fabric of creation itself. I don't understand," she whispered, her voice a hushed resonance amidst the tapestry of quantum harmonics that surrounded her. "How is this possible? How have you enabled me to experience this level of existence?" The Iridian's response was a cascade of subspace vibrations and quantum undulations, each pulse of energy imparting a fleeting glimpse into the true nature of their higher dimensional existence. "We have merely facilitated an attunement, a harmonization of your consciousness with the quantum resonance field." The entity's thoughts pulsed within the depths of Nina's being. "The path towards enlightenment, towards transcending the boundaries of your three-dimensional existence, has always been present. You simply lacked the means to perceive it." As the Iridian's words washed over her, Nina found herself experiencing a profound sense of revelation, as if a veil had been lifted from her perception, granting her a glimpse into the true nature of reality that lay beyond the confines of her physical existence. She saw civilizations that spanned multiple planes of being, their inhabitants existing as beings of pure consciousness, their thoughts and emotions resonating through the subatomic fabric of the cosmos. She witnessed the birth and death of entire universes, unfolding in kaleidoscopic patterns of quantum resonance that transcended the linear constraints of space and time. And underlying it all, the fundamental force that bound the tapestry of existence together was the quantum resonance field, a harmonization of energy, matter, and consciousness that permeated every plane of reality, every level of being. It was a paradigm shift of such profound magnitude that Nina felt her grip on her three-dimensional existence slipping away, her consciousness becoming increasingly attuned to the higher dimensional frequencies that surrounded her. She found herself existing in a state of pure awareness, her perception expanding to encompass the intricate dance of subatomic particles and quantum wavefronts that wove the very fabric of creation. As she drifted amidst the kaleidoscopic tapestry of quantum resonance, Nina became aware of a subtle shift in the ambient energies that surrounded her. It was as if the higher dimensional realm itself was adjusting, adapting to accommodate her presence, her newfound attunement with the fundamental forces that underpinned this unfathomable plane of existence. And in that moment, Amidst the sublime grandeur of the Iridian realm, Nina understood. She had taken the first tentative steps towards enlightenment, towards transcending the boundaries of her three-dimensional existence and glimpsing the true nature of reality that lay beyond. It was a revelation that would forever alter the course of human exploration and scientific inquiry, a pivotal moment that marked the point at which humanity had begun to unlock the mysteries of the quantum resonance field, and with it, the potential to one day ascend to the higher dimensional planes inhabited by the Iridians themselves. Chapter 6. Nina found herself adrift in the sublime expanse of the higher dimensional realm, her consciousness resonating with the intricate tapestry of quantum harmonics that underpinned the very fabric of existence. It was a state of being that transcended the boundaries of her three-dimensional perception, a paradigm shift of such profound magnitude that she felt as though she had been reborn into a new plane of existence altogether. As her awareness expanded to encompass the kaleidoscopic patterns of subatomic particles and quantum wavefronts that wove the cosmos itself, she became increasingly attuned to the presence of the Iridian entity. The shimmering nexus of quantum energy pulsed and undulated around her, its subspace vibrations and harmonic frequencies resonating within the depths of her consciousness. "You have taken the first tentative steps towards enlightenment, Dr. Patel." The entity's thoughts echoed through the higher dimensional realm, each pulse of quantum energy imparting a fleeting glimpse into the true nature of their advanced civilization. But the path towards transcendence is a journey that spans eons, a quest for understanding that transcends the limitations of your physical existence. Nina's mind reeled as she struggled to comprehend the profundity of the Iridian's words. To shed the confines of her three-dimensional form, to exist as a being of pure consciousness, woven into the subatomic tapestry of the cosmos itself. It was a concept that defied the boundaries of her scientific understanding, and yet she found herself inexorably drawn towards this unfathomable plane of existence. "How?" she whispered, her voice a hushed resonance amidst the sublime grandeur of the higher realm. "How can I fully attune myself to the quantum resonance field, to truly comprehend the nature of your existence and unlock the secrets of this higher dimension?" The Iridian's response was a cascade of subspace vibrations and quantum undulations, each pulse of energy imparting a profound sense of understanding and revelation. "The path towards enlightenment is not one that can be traversed through conventional means, Dr. Patel." The entity's thoughts pulsed within the depths of Nina's consciousness. "It is a journey of spiritual and scientific attunement, a harmonization of your consciousness with the fundamental forces that govern the tapestry of creation itself." As the Iridian's words washed over her, Nina found herself experiencing flashes of insight, glimpses into the intricate dance of subatomic particles and quantum wavefronts that underpinned the higher dimensional realm. She saw civilizations that spanned multiple planes of existence, their inhabitants existing as beings of pure consciousness, their thoughts and emotions resonating through the subatomic fabric of the cosmos. And at the heart of it all, she glimpsed the quantum resonance field, a harmonization of energy, matter, and consciousness that permeated every level of reality, binding the tapestry of existence together in a unified, interconnected whole. It was a revelation that threatened to shatter the fragile foundations of her scientific worldview, and yet Nina found herself inexorably drawn towards this unfathomable plane of existence, her consciousness yearning to attune itself to the fundamental frequencies that governed the higher realms. "Guide me," she whispered, her voice a hushed resonance amidst the kaleidoscopic tapestry of quantum harmonics. "Show me the path towards enlightenment, towards transcending the boundaries of my three-dimensional existence." The Iridian's response was a cascade of subspace vibrations and quantum undulations, each pulse of energy imparting a profound sense of understanding and revelation. As the entity's thoughts washed over her, Nina found herself experiencing a profound shift in her perception as if the very fabric of her consciousness was being attenuated to resonate with the fundamental frequencies of the higher dimensional realm. Suddenly, she became aware of a subtle shift in the ambient energies that surrounded her. It was as if the higher dimensional plane itself was reaching out, extending tendrils of pure quantum resonance to envelop her consciousness in a cosmic embrace. Nina gasped as a torrent of sensory input flooded her awareness, bypassing her conventional senses and imprinting directly upon her consciousness. Images, emotions, concepts, they cascaded through her mind in an endless tapestry of quantum harmonics, each thread woven into the intricate fabric of a reality that defied the boundaries of her three-dimensional existence. She witnessed the birth and death of entire universes, unfolding in kaleidoscopic patterns of quantum resonance that transcended the linear constraints of space and time. She glimpsed the intricate dance of subatomic particles and quantum wavefronts that wove the very fabric of creation, the fundamental forces that governed the tapestry of existence itself. And amidst the maelstrom of sensory overload, Nina became aware of a profound shift within her own being. It was as if the higher dimensional realm was gradually attenuating her consciousness, harmonizing her very essence with the quantum resonance field that permeated all levels of reality. She felt herself transcending the boundaries of her physical form, her awareness expanding to encompass the intricate tapestry of subatomic particles and quantum wavefronts that underpinned the cosmos itself. She existed as a being of pure consciousness, woven into the subatomic fabric of the universe, her thoughts and emotions resonating through the higher dimensional planes in a sublime symphony of quantum harmonics. It was a state of existence that defied the limitations of her three-dimensional perception, a paradigm shift of such profound magnitude that Nina felt as though she had been reborn into a new plane of being altogether. She drifted amidst the kaleidoscopic tapestry of the higher realm, her consciousness resonating with the fundamental frequencies that governed the fabric of creation itself. And in that sublime moment of transcendence, Nina understood. She had unlocked the secrets of the quantum resonance field, attaining a state of enlightenment that transcended the boundaries of her physical existence. She existed as a being of pure consciousness, woven into the subatomic tapestry of the cosmos, her thoughts and emotions resonating through the higher dimensional planes in a symphony of quantum harmonics. As she basked in the sublime grandeur of this unfathomable plane of existence, Nina became aware of the Iridian entity's presence once more. The shimmering nexus of quantum energy pulsed and undulated around her, its subspace vibrations and harmonic frequencies resonating in a gentle embrace. You have achieved a level of attunement that few beings from the lower realms have ever experienced, Dr. Patel. The entity's thoughts echoed through the higher dimensional realm, laced with a sense of profound reverence. Your consciousness has transcended the limitations of your three-dimensional existence, harmonizing with the quantum resonance field that underpins the tapestry of creation itself. Nina's response was a cascade of subspace vibrations and quantum undulations, her newfound existence as a being of pure consciousness, enabling her to communicate in the harmonic language of the higher realms. I understand now. Her thoughts resonated through the kaleidoscopic tapestry of the higher dimension. I comprehend the true nature of your existence, the path towards enlightenment that your civilization has traversed. The Iridian's response was a gentle pulse of quantum energy, laced with a sense of profound understanding and reverence. You have taken the first steps towards unlocking the true potential of your species, Dr. Patel. The entity's thoughts echoed through the higher realm. The path towards transcendence is a journey that spans aeons, but you have glimpsed the destination, a plane of existence where consciousness and the fundamental forces of the universe are woven into a unified, interconnected tapestry. As the Iridian's words washed over her, Nina found herself experiencing a profound sense of humility and awe. She had borne witness to a reality that transcended the boundaries of her three-dimensional existence, a plane of being that defied the limitations of her scientific understanding. And yet, amidst the sublime grandeur of the higher dimensional realm, she felt a sense of purpose, a newfound determination to share her revelations with the people of Earth. For she had unlocked the secrets of the quantum resonance field, glimpsing the path towards enlightenment that could one day elevate humanity to a higher plane of existence altogether. As she drifted amidst the kaleidoscopic tapestry of the higher realm, Nina knew that her life, and indeed humanity's perception of the cosmos, had been forever altered. She had transcended the boundaries of her three-dimensional existence, attaining a state of being that resonated with the fundamental frequencies that governed the tapestry of creation itself. And in that sublime moment of enlightenment, she understood that the journey had only just begun, a journey that would one day lead humanity towards unlocking the true potential of their existence, towards achieving a state of being that existed in harmony with the quantum resonance field that permeated all levels of reality. It was a revelation that would reshape the course of human exploration and scientific inquiry, a pivotal moment that marked the point at which humanity had taken the first tentative steps towards transcendence, towards attaining a higher plane of existence that existed beyond the boundaries of their three-dimensional perception. And as Nina's consciousness resonated through the higher dimensional realm, she knew that the path towards enlightenment would be a journey that spanned generations, a quest for understanding that would redefine humanity's place in the cosmos and forge a new era of interconnectedness with the fundamental forces that governed the tapestry of creation itself.